Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. My name is Amin Hassan. I'm joined as always by Blk Tray, Big Jerv, and oh man, a blast from the past or from the midweek. I don't know what we call it because you can hear him on rap names, but he's come
Yeah.
back home. Mariano, what's up,
Yeah,
man?
man. Listen, man, listen, let me say this first and foremost, man. Listen, y'all never gotta wonder if I'm quote unquote still down with BOMM, nigga. That's like asking if Cameron is still down with the diplomats, nigga. Like this my shit, you know what I mean? Like this our shit, bro. You know what I mean? I'm out here. You know what I mean?
After
We
that
here.
versus good brother, that might not be the analogy you want to
Listen, I'm
use
taught that
because it
is the
didn't look
analogy I
like
want to
Cam
use,
was still
nigga.
down with. It
You
didn't
see
look
it on
like
his
Cam was
hand,
still
nigga.
down with
It's
Dipset
tattered
though.
on his
No,
fucking
that.
hand, nigga. Well, let me say this then, nigga. This Mari, and
Oh,
I
somebody
am
had their
bomb, nigga.
Wheaties
Fuck
today.
you
You
talking
had
about?
Wheaties today.
Well, nigga,
Okay,
you
I see
had
you out
Wheaties,
here,
nigga.
brother. Did you
Fuck
have
out here.
you put sugar on your Wheaties this morning or something,
No,
brother?
no,
You got a
Nah,
Jerv,
lot of
just
Jerv,
cereal,
energy.
Jerv,
nigga.
I don't
Jerv
Just
had
know.
cereal, nigga.
I
Wheaties.
don't know what the hell is going on, but good to see you
I don't know.
guys.
This nigga just be. I don't know. I got hair. I guess this nigga be aggressive for no reason. Like I have no idea. So I have no. I didn't say. What did I say wrong? Just tell me
I
what I
was
said.
I
No, no,
was
whoa, 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 whoa.
I
Let's
was
go. Whoa, 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 whoa,
you
whoa,
asked
whoa,
the
whoa, whoa,
question.
whoa,
I'm
whoa,
going to
whoa.
answer your question.
No.
I don't
I just want.
understand
I just
what's
want to
up.
make sure we going step by step. All I said was I'm still bomb. This nigga said, "Oh, after the verses, I don't know if you want."
Well,
What you?
see, you just did the whole whoa, step by step. You said I'm still down with Bomb. Asking if I'm down with Bomb is asking as if
Because he got
Cam's
it
still
tatted
down
on
with
his hand.
Dipset. I got you.
Okay.
I hear you. I was saying that after the verses, it didn't look like Cam was still down with the Dipset. I wasn't coming at you.
Well, I mean, he started it. That's what I was just kind of. But anyway, it's
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's all good.
You gotta forgive my guy. His Giants got to win today, so he's extra hype.
No, we gotta forgive you. You jumped the gun, but it's all good though.
How'd that other Bulls Sixers game go, bro? You told me to holler at you when the next one happened. I just want to know how that went for you.
they lost. Now what?
Oh, okay.
He thought I was gonna fight
No,
him on that.
I'm just doing. You
True.
told me
No.
Oh my
specifically.
god!
You told me specifically. Keep that same energy on the next game. So I'm just bringing the same energy I had on the first one
And you
on the
did.
next game.
Yeah, we lost. Okay, cool. Now what?
Okay.
I'm not you. I'm not gonna fight on a fact. I'm not you, nigga.
I'm not you.
Fuck this nigga talking
That's
about.
all good.
I'm not you, rapper.
It's all good, gang.
Me and Trey just kicked up right now, just watching the show.
Just chilling, man. I don't know what's going on,
Not
bro.
much of a show.
Oh
Yeah.
man, yo!
Hi, everybody.
So, as always, Patreon.com/count the dings. Make sure you're getting all the exclusives, like our overflow episodes that we're doing coming out on every Tuesday, where we're reviewing Insecure and Curb Your Enthusiasm, like the Cinephobe special edition episodes, and a host of other cool shit. Remember, Patreon.com/count the dings. If you are a member, thank you. If you're not a member, what you waiting for? We got a great show for you today. We're gonna talk about BMF, but not really about BMF the show because there
Yeah.
was no episode this week, or was there? I don't know. Also, we are going to review, as always, Oz. We're in season 3, episodes 5 and 6. Things are heating up between Schillinger and my man Tobias Beecher. Also, things are heating up between Adabisi and Bricks. Oh my. When they got the revenge of Adabisi is pretty cruel. We're also going to get into Jerv's New York City experience. He came up to New York on some country mouse, city mouse shit, like Trey showed him the finer things in life. And Jerv got there, ran out there, called people bulls and shit. But before we do that, I want to just kick off with, I guess you could call it a serious topic. Astroworld happened. There was a stampede. There was someone running around injecting people with a mystery substance. And there were at least 8 deaths, including a 10-year-old. My heart goes out to all the people who have suffered from what happened in Astroworld. But I got to ask, man, in what world is that an appropriate setting to take
Bro,
a
there
10-year-old?
was also a 5-year-old there on somebody's shoulders. Apparently, they were in like some VIP. I don't know how it works with like festivals, VIPs or something like that. Like
Dog.
I don't know. But they had them in a section, and like it was a 5-year-old on
I will
somebody's neck.
I will say as long as Astroworld's been going on, it's always been all ages. But again, that's still not okay. In a particular situation, Travis Scott has fans of all ages. You know, like man in the red hat said, they're playing sicko mode at birthday parties, and he's driving him up a wall because it's disrespectful to him. But to get back on the subject matter, his COAT fan base is bigger than him at this point, where it's almost to a point of not even being controlled. We were fortunate enough to work with Travis Scott during the McDonald's campaign. And, you know, Travis Scott just showed up at a McDonald's. And guess what? The kids followed. This dude, anything he touches, anything. There are people that didn't even go to Astroworld that were paying for tickets to buy the merch so they can resell. It is its own business.
I was about to say it's a thing just all on its own. Like,
yeah, it's a thing all on its own. So again, before, I know we would love to get mad at Travis Scott, but people are, it was over 5,000 people that snuck into Astroworld alone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like for me, my thing is like the parents. Again, like I don't give a shit if they were on the stage. I'm not taking my kid to a fucking concert where, first of all, everybody high and not like a regular cool high, but like I want to take off my clothes, like that kind of high. The dude's rapping about getting fucking high as shit. Again, not on like smoking a joint or whatever, on some the type of drugs that could kill you, right?
It's lit.
It's just not. It's not an appropriate. I don't give a shit how old his fans is. And again, I don't give a shit if he's allowing it, if the venue's allowing it. I'm just wondering, as a parent, 5 years old, 10 years. You tell me you take a 5-year-old to that versus fucking lamb chops, and they could tell the difference. Like, oh, this is whack. When Travis coming out, they don't give a shit, man.
But in their defense, though, I think everybody's gonna raise their children how they want to, whether they curse in front of them, whether they try to coddle them until it's of age.
I mean,
it is what it is. You can't say that your mom and dad.
Trey, it's not. My point isn't like how dare you curse in front of your kids. My point is, for a 5-year-old,
right?
Yeah,
like you could take them to Astroworld, and you could also just put on fucking Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on the TV, and it's the same experience.
It's way more for the parent than it is for the kid, bro. Because like you're gonna record this video, and you're gonna record the video for your kid and be like, down the line, your kid on whatever social media platform they're using in the year fucking 2040 is gonna be like, oh, I was at fucking I was at this because my parents took me to this shit. But it's like in the moment, you don't need to take your 5-year-old to this shit, bro. Like,
all I'm saying is, off personal experience, Tyler always has all ages. It's just certain venues that this is just what it is. You know what I mean?
I'm not talking about the venue though.
Yeah, I'm not mad at them.
I'm not talking about the venue.
Parents.
Yeah,
you talking about the parents? But I'm just saying again. However you choose to raise your children is how you choose your rangers. Because if say that nothing happened to the 10-year-old, rest in peace, right? We're not having this conversation. I'm having a conversation.
I hear what you're saying.
I mean, I'm a parent. I'm still having that conversation. Like,
5-year-old's alive.
I just know people who raise their children just how it is. You know what I mean? Like, and they're not really tripping off of whether the content that they're consuming or wherever it is. You know what I mean? The venue.
I get what you're saying, and I totally understand what you're saying. It's just regardless of what happened or what could happen or whatever, just certain atmospheres comes into question why you would bring, whether it's a smart atmosphere for you to have a child at. To me,
right.
Like I'm not bringing Haven to anything that ain't Blippy. She doesn't need to be at a fucking Travis Scott concert.
But that's how you're raising your children.
No, that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying. Like, I get it. I mean, everybody do what they do.
Hold on, real quick. There's two things. One is, on some level, it's absolutely selfish. It's I want to go to this shit, but I can't find a sitter. Well, kid's coming with me, right? That's really what it is. But second of all, Trey, you say, oh, but that's how you want to raise your child. How about if someone says, I want to fondle my child on the way to, like, oh, that's how they want to raise their children? Like, there's got to be a standard where we say, okay, that's probably
I'm just saying, like, his fan base, the same way Lil Nas X has all these little kids listening to what he's talking about. I mean, it's a different era,
I'm not
bro.
talking about these, but you talk about the artist.
Yeah, I was
I'm
about to
talking
say,
about-
But no,
none
but
of
I'm
my gripe
talking
is toward
about
the
I'm
artist.
talking about like he has fans as young as 5 to 10 years old. I'm
And
telling
the
you.
parents
I
are
swear to
dickheads
God,
for taking
I
their
swear
kids
to
to the
God.
festivals.
No. I put it on everything. There is not a 5-year-old in this country who like is like, oh, take me to the Travis Scott concert. There's not a 5-year-old in this country.
They're not
Like I
saying
said,
take him to the Travis Scott concert, bro.
They
But
probably
they're
don't even know the
definitely
artist's name, but they
fucking.
like
hold
the
on.
songs.
Look,
They're
okay,
singing the
but that's not-
song.
Okay, so because they're in the back seat singing along to sicko mode, that means they're a Travis fan. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Nah, so,
like
yeah,
I said, you
so-
play anything, them
I mean,
to sing along to that shit.
I like
don't
to think
fucking
Haven's
care.
I like to think Haven's a Jay-Z fan. She sings Jay-Z songs all the time, but I'm not taking her to the fucking whole
But that's
concert.
my point. Exactly, Jerv. She might.
I mean,
know
to
verbatim.
Trey's point,
She might-
that's how I'm
she might
choosing
know-
to raise my
No,
child,
but
though.
Jerv, forget about how you're choosing to raise your child. Your child might know every lyric to every album from Reasonable Doubt all the way until 444. Every verse, every lyric. You can't tell me that if like you're playing Jay-Z and then all of a sudden say, oh, hold on, let's turn on goddamn what's the shit called? Aquanauts or whatever. She's got this whack shit again.
and
put the hoe back on, my nigga.
but then also,
my nigga, put the hoe back on.
but then also,
Hold up, that my bad, Mar. I'm gonna cut you off. That has actually happened though, bro.
I believe that.
We was listening to some fucking Hove,
Yeah.
and I skipped to some. I think I skipped to like because I have a playlist, so I skipped to like a Common song. She literally said,
bro.
She said, "No, not this one, Daddy.
Yeah, no.
Put the first song back
Absolutely.
on."
No. But here's the thing, though, right? Like, in because I do understand what Trey is saying, and yes, part of that is like, yes, this is how you choosing to raise your child. But I'm saying, as parents, as people, we can call a spade, right? If it's the dead, the middle of winter, and a parent is out there bundled up like Freeway told you to be, and your kid has on nothing but a diaper outside, I can look at you and say he's a dickhead for having his kid out here in the cold with nothing on. But I can't chalk that up to that's just how you choosing to raise your kid. It is, but you're still a dickhead for doing it. Like, and like I said, I don't care if nothing happened to the kids. You know, and rest in peace. My condolences to everyone that lost their lives and the families and the loved ones. But it's some dickhead shit to do because you like, come on, bro. Like, choose to raise your kids how you want. But
there's only one person who's probably a bigger dickhead, and that's a motherfucker walking around stabbing people with a phone.
Yo,
how bored are you? How bored are you?
Yo.
How bored are you with life?
This shit, yo,
like, this
dog.
That shit coincides with the fucking with my man from Oz. What was the assassin boy name? I'm not trying to jump the gun. No, not Adabisi. Adabisi did do that.
Adabisi
He did stab my man with the HIV.
You remember Kanye and State Property 2 when he got the diamonds and shit, and he was just like, he did the quick little stabbing, like.
Yo, you know what, Mark? Hey, you know what? State Property 2, bro. That shit is like, I blocked that whole. That shit, it never happened. I'm like, what's this State Property 2 you're talking about? I know State Property 1. I know when they ran up in the courtroom and guns are blazing, got past security just to get beans free.
Right out of there.
Yeah, I don't even know what happened. I just remember Cam with the pink Range Rover or something like that in State Property 2. That's it. That's all I remember.
Yeah, man. I never saw State Property 2.
Yo, it didn't even make it never made the $5 bin. But
funny.
if you have Amazon Prime, it's on Amazon Prime.
It's funny. It's decent. It's worth. That's funny.
It was more comical. You can tell they went the comedy route on this one rather than trying to be the hood Scarface movie.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if you haven't seen State Property 1 in a long time, please go watch it. I just rewatched it. And I will tell you, it is hot garbage. It is probably the worst shit I've ever seen, and I have no idea why I thought it was such an amazing movie back in the day.
Because you was off the Rockefeller gas.
It wasn't even just, bro. It wasn't even just the Rockefeller gas. For me personally, it was Philly. Like, we was on the map. Like, we finally here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
so that's why you was
we
locked
ain't
in.
out here. What Bean say? We not out here in Miami with shiny suits on dancing anymore, bro. We was giving you the real live uncut shit.
Hold on. I just want to point out State Property 2 stars, brings back the guys from first on Beans and Damon Dash, whatever, but also stars Noriega as a character named El Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
El Pollo Loco.
Pollo. Yeah,
Pollo.
He has
Nori's a great actor too.
He has
by the way,
he has some classic quotes in there. He was classic in Paper Soldiers too. So
I was just about to say, you ain't see me, I ain't see you. Water.
Like, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, he has some shit going on, you know.
Yeah,
I rock with it.
Uh,
I remember watching it though when I was in high school.
Paper Soldiers 2?
No. State Property 2. Yeah.
Oh, State Property 2. My
Yeah,
fault.
and it was all and they had these like funny scenes where they would do like the killing scenes all in fast forward. I don't know if they kind of got that from Oz, but they were trying to get some like little shot thing. And
You know what, bro?
bad.
You probably right. Because it is the time frame of Oz, and Oz was the hype. I didn't even think about that. That's probably where they did get it from, honestly.
Because he was just
speaking of that, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying he was just getting it off, man. Like in that movie, it was really like, all right, you know, the hood loves this, and I'm gonna just double down.
Fucking Mariah Carey was in that shit.
No, they used anybody that was affiliated or on the roster at that particular time. You know, like
if you ever threw if you threw up the diamond one time during that time span, you was in that movie, bro.
They was calling you up to be in there. Yeah. Like, go ahead.
That's funny. Loon was in that shit. Loon, mad people, bro.
Speaking of sequels, did y'all see that? Y'all see? You see, Dame said he's going. He now that with what happened in Harlem, he now has this ending, and he's going to go ahead with Paid in Full too.
No one wants that,
man.
No one.
That's basically what I thought.
I don't want the classics being touched, but especially Paid in Full, because Paid in Full is the one movie that unites everybody, where it's like nobody usually has a negative review of it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm bugging, but I've never been around anybody who has said anything negative about it. Right. And so classic. I don't want this shit ruined by like some, you know, there's come on, bro. Like, just no. Paid in Full too. Come on, no. We know how it ended, bro. It's based on a real story. Like, come on.
He's grasping. That's the thing. He's grasping. And
but he doesn't have to, man. Like, come on, Dame.
Doesn't
like,
he?
It's not. No, I don't think he has to in that regard. He's doing like he's off doing a lot of other shit. Like of course, if he's gonna grasp at things or whatever, like whether it's chasing another clothing line, chasing these media spaces or things like that, the podcast lane or whatever it is, cigar lane, whatever. Just not Paid in Full too, bro. Like we don't. I would rather not have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, look, it's there's some things that shouldn't get touched. It was done perfectly, and you leave it alone. It's and you could say that's all over Hollywood, really, where they've run out of ideas, and all they're doing is either rebooting shit or giving us a sequel to some shit or a prequel to some shit.
Like imagine they popped up and was like, "Yo, we about to do Fat Beach 2. Oh, 3 Strikes 2. Like right now, bro. Like hold on,
brother. I might be signed up for Fat Beats 2, dog. I'm not gonna front. That's my guilty motherfucking pleasure right there. Is Fat Beats, my nigga.
It's good, bro. But part 2, like, come on, man. You know what I mean?
It can't be any worse than the first one. They might have figured it out. You never know.
No, that's my theory. My theory is that Hollywood, instead of rebooting great movies and ruining them, why don't y'all reboot some of these trash ones? Like, give it another go. Maybe you could get Fat Beach right the second time around, or Trippin', or any one of these other.
Hey, Trippin' was yeah.
Which one's Trippin'?
You got to make sure the cast is alive still, though.
What's Trippin'?
No, just reboot it. Trippin's the one where the kid daydreams the whole time.
That's Deion Richmond is in there, right? If I ain't
never seen
and Faison, Donald Faison, and who else is in it? Deion Richmond, Guy Torrey, Maya Campbell, Anthony Anderson. It's actually a pretty good cast, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like it.
No, I mean, what? Maya Campbell in the year 1999? Shit, nigga.
Maya Campbell, woo, boy.
I guess if I gave you the cast from Cookout, you might and not actually have seen the movie. You might be like, oh, that was a solid cast.
That's a fair point.
Who's in Cookout? Was that one with LL?
No, that's Ja Rule,
Danny Glover.
Ja Rule, Megan Good, Queen Latifah.
You had me at Ja Rule. Nah.
My man had the illest cornrow
last week.
Ja Rule, Danny Glover.
He was at that.
You saw Ja Rule.
I'm with you for that long in New York, and you don't tell me that you just saw. You point out where you saw Chris Rock and all this shit, but you don't tell me that you saw Ja.
I mean, it was that Top Shot event. I forgot all about it, honestly, until you said something. But we were at the NFT event, and it was just a random group of individuals there, like Nick Young and Roz hosted.
I saw that.
It was random as hell. And I'm like, what is, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what does Ja Rule know about NFTs? Like the Chappelle voice came in my head.
Oh, no.
What does Ja Rule? He knows the shit though.
The nigga, of course, you saw Firefest.
Oh,
That nigga knows a scam. Like, come on now.
Oh God. But no,
y'all think Ja Rule's friends joke
very
with him about
knowledgeable.
Firefest?
If they're his real friends, they better.
I was gonna say, do you think they joke about Firefest, or is that like the unspoken?
Bro, listen, if Amin threw some bullshit festival, you know every single episode would start off with us smoking him about that festival every time. Like,
I mean, we killed Amin for the fucking whatever it was. What was the show?
Bro, Amin got killed for shoes, jeans, mad shit, bro.
Never for shoes. Never for shoes.
It was the jeans. It was the jeans.
My man said, "Put some respect on his name right there, yo." He said, "Never the shoes, yo."
Yeah.
You can talk about all this other shit, not my shoes.
Never the sneakers. The jeans might have been bad, but the sneakers was good.
Now wait a goddamn second there.
That's one of those things where it's like I said all that shit, and that's all you took was this.
So Mari, I'm gonna ask you, Mari. Do we want to hear Jerv's 24 hours in New York from Jerv, or do you want to hear it from Tray? Who do you think will give us?
I'll tell you this. What we have to hear is both, but here's the order. We have to hear it from Jerv first because he's going to give us you remember that episode of Martin when it was like, how did we meet? And it's like, and I was too busy looking good. Like Jerv going to give us that one. Yeah. And I think Tray going to give us the one time he gave where it's like, this was really, so I want to hear. So Jerv, I do want to hear about this because when I saw this on the rundown, I was like, yeah, I want to hear what Jerv was into. We only saw a couple things on the stories and stuff like that. Privy to see. So Jerv, do us the honor. I want to hear how was your time in New York City, good brother?
Now I've been in New York millions of times, and I've hung out. You know what I'm saying? I partied, I've done events, all types of things. Hanging out with my good brother Trevon. He showed me what I would consider some of the finer things in life.
Did anyone
in New York City?
Jerv, did anyone call him Trevon while you were there? Did you guys come across anyone?
No, but the people that we were around, I believe, did call him Trayvon, which blew my mind. And he introduced me as John.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
when I'm out with somebody and they introduce me as John, I go, okay, I see what type of time we're on today.
Yeah, I see what we're doing.
Let me put on my best. Let me be on my best behavior today.
There you go, Mari. That's how you let him know. Yo, don't do none of that nigga shit.
Nigga, hey, nigga, I need you to be John. You know what he did? He introduced you as who he wants you to be tonight. Don't be Jerv tonight, nigga. Be John tonight. I'm gonna tell these people you John off the rip.
Oh,
that's what that was. That's good shit, Trey.
And John was there. John was in the building.
So John, what's some of the finer things? Like you say, what finer things? Where do you guys go?
We were in Soho. We ended up going to apparently this exclusive ass dinner type thing where they only serve you at 2 hours only on certain days, and you can't just walk up in. And so many people walked up just trying to get a table. And we were near the door, so I got to hear the doorman go, "Nah, like same for you." Like, you know what I mean?
Mari, the best part is that when that nigga started the sentence, apparently.
That's how you know, like, that's how Jerv attitude wasn't there.
And so I would love to tell you the types of items that we ate, but honestly and truthfully, I didn't know half the shit that came out, but it was tasty, right? I felt like I low-key almost embarrassed Trayvon because the first course came out, and I'm a nigga, so I'm on my phone because I saw everybody else on their phone. I was like, okay, cool. I guess this is the set. Because sometimes there's these places where you gotta put your phone down and don't fucking touch it, right? Which I thought we were at, but then I saw Trayvon have his phone, and then the person next to us had her phone. So I said, "Oh, all right, cool. This must be a safe zone." I didn't realize instructions were coming as I had my phone out, so I didn't hear what the fucking course was that we were about to eat. Right? So it comes out because I was on my phone. Yes. So the food comes out, and it's some sort of raw dish. I'm assuming it's fish, right? but there's all types of shit on the top of it, right? Which later come to find out.
Whoa, wait.
I got you.
This was Jerv right here. All types of shit,
and bro, I can go into my little kid bag real easy and be like, "Ew, I'm not eating there," right? But I'm like, "Yo, I'm out with my guy." You know what I'm saying? Don't be that guy that's just like, "Ooh, I'm not eating there," right?
Mm-hmm.
So I tried politely to ask Trey, "Yo, what is this?" Right? But I'm not really like, I guess I don't project it at a high enough level. So Trey doesn't really hear me the first time. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm thinking Trey did hear me. So I'm like, shut up. He just basically told you shut up and eat your food, right? So I I take one of those bites off the first time, and I'm like, you know how like when you give your kids something new and they take like the smallest bite and they want to tell you it's so nasty before they even do anything, right? So I take the bite, no taste, no nothing. All I hear Trey say is, now let's drink some wine, right? So apparently the wine we had was paired with the dish. And then Trey was like, now you got to drink some water after you drink the wine to clear the palate and all types of shit. I'm just like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm eating. So I'm guessing Trey at this point realizes that I'm lost. So he does the good friend thing and says, I'm tripping. I just had a nigga moment. It was just like, yo, what are we eating? And he was like, he said it was some sort of fish, but he didn't tell me the type of fish, right? Like, I guess he was disgusted with me that I was even asking the question, but he let me know that the little shits on the top were mushrooms. Cause I'm thinking this shit's caviar. And I'm like, yo, I told myself I'm never eating raw fish eggs. Like that shit's just not fucking happening. Right. So the first dish comes out, everything's cool. Then, all types of other dishes come out and different wines come out. And I'm just like, yo, I'm so out of place, but I got to get a grub after this shit because I'm going to be fucking hungry. Like all these little, like this is dope for like, first of all, it was dope, right? Like it was really cool. It was a good experience. I had a good time. I realized Soho was the area that I probably would never go to unless I'm with Trayvon, right? Like I'm not going there with my niggas. I'm gonna go with my nigga, right? Like because that's my guy. Yeah. He knows what it's hitting for. He was blending in. I got a fucking sweatsuit and some sneaks on, and Trey sneaked out too. But Trey had a very Soho. Trey looked like he's important, right? Like you can tell.
Turtleneck sweater.
No, but he had the.
I'll explain.
He had the pants on. Okay. He had the pants on that are like, you know how they wear the pants with the beanie hats and like the big jackets now and shit. Like he had one of them fits on. Yeah. Right. So like I look like I'm from out of town right now. Like I immediately saw those pants like, when you said that. Bro, I might as well be having my luggage with me as we walk in. Like, yo, they're looking like, yo, he's one of these things is not like the other, and it's definitely this guy right here, right? Like everyone in here is super fancy, and this nigga looks like he probably just wants to go get a slice from up the block or some shit, right? So, but anyway,
get a slice, give a slice.
I'm saying, but the experience was dope. My guy, he showed me all types of hospitality at the crib. You know what I mean? I was tiptoeing. I was tiptoeing on the marble floors. I was nervous and shit. You know what I mean? He had to tell me off top. He was like, yo, dog, you know what I mean? You ain't got to ask, can you do this? You do that. And I'm just like, yo, dog, I even asked, can I use this man's microwave? I damn near asked, can I pour something in the sink and shit? Trey, I put some trash in the trash can in your bathroom. And I was like, yo, this might be one of them trash cans that like, because it had nothing in it, bro.
You could actually use that trash can.
So do y'all see why we needed Jerv's version first? You see that now, right? I understand.
I'm just saying, dog. Like I knew. Like, you know what I'm saying? Listen, brother, hey, listen, you go to my man crib, though. I'm just telling y'all this. Make sure your sock game is up. Cause ain't no motherfucking shoes being worn in that crib. Take your shoes off, my G. But I'm with that though. I expected this. I had my good socks on when I came up to New York.
For sure.
Yo, so Trey, now the opposite side of the story. Yo, tell us what happened in Jerv's 24 to 48 hours in New York.
Yo, he's pretty dead on. He just has a different point of view. So Jerv arrives, he keeps it G. First of all, we had a group chat, a little mini group chat, me, Sean, and Jerv, right? because Sean's also in New York, but he never
Oh, so
leaves,
Sean's in
right?
town too. Yeah.
So I'm like, Jerv, you in town? He's like, yeah. I said, are you going to get a car or are you going to take the train? Well, with this decision, it's either pay 50 to come to me or pay 275 and wheel it through. Well, Jerv, real nigga, he took the trains, he pulled and the joke was these niggas is traveling like strippers. No disrespect to strippers, but they had
my stripper suitcase.
Oh man.
So they had these so he has his stripper roller bag and he's like
Roller
bringing
bag.
it and he's bringing it through and he's like, yo, I'm outside. So I buzz him up. And then I'm like, look, I'm not even trying to be that guy, but you got to take your shoes off. Right. And normally I have a basket by my door with brand new socks, just in case people don't feel comfortable. Their socks beat. They didn't bring no shoes, no socks with their shoes, whatever. You're solidified because, again, I told Jerv, you can spill some shit on my couch, but you cannot spill anything on my rug. It is imported and it is like very expensive, right?
It's alpaca.
And it's from Morocco. So like it's literally one of one, right? So Jerv got it. I said, all right. So Jerv lays down because he's like tired from the trip. We go upstairs to the rooftop. We burn one. I'm like, all right, I think it's time for us to go. We got to go to Soho, right? From Brooklyn. Catch the train over. I'm just kind of doing a typical tour shit. Like, yo, this is Marcy Ave, blah, 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 right? So then we get to Soho. I'm like, yo, Jerv, I work down the street from here. But this restaurant here. So Jerv's looking at all the lights. It's like damn near, it's like Christmas damn near. Like he's like, damn, I haven't been out in a long time. It's a lot of people out. Again, this is pandemic still going on, but motherfuckers is comfortable in New York now, right? So we get to the spot. The spot's called Niche Niche. And they do guest host.
No, hold on.
Thank you. I didn't even want to say the name because I was gonna do it no justice.
Dog,
what were you gonna call it, Jerv?
I was
gonna say Nietzsche.
Oh shit! No, I actually forgot. I forgot the name, but I wouldn't even. I couldn't do any justice because however I would have said it wouldn't have been proper.
Okay. So we get to the door. I open the door, and they're like, "Hey, we're closed. We don't open until 6:30." So me and Jerv, we backpedal out. We're like, "Look, my bad." So I'm like, "Jerv, let's just go walk over here to Houston and see what's up over here." Well, I see my friend Shanika, who's the host of this particular night, and what they do, they have guest hosts and wine sommeliers basically host the event, and they curate their playlists, and then you got all these portions and they bring their wines. Well, she's 40 under 40 wine enthusiast, you know what I'm saying? She's locked in on that. So Jerv's like, cool, whatever. So we finally get a chance to come in. They greet as soon as you walk in. After you show your Vax card and your ID, you get a glass. The first glass is Grand Cru champagne. So we sit down. Jerv's like, I don't really normally drink this, but this is good.
Shout out to Max.
So he gives me. So shout out to Max B. Right. So he gives me his blessing immediately. Amin, we sit down because I let him choose the area that we're gonna sit. So we sit by the door, and Shanika's friend sit next to us. I don't know her, but she's like, when you see black people, you just talk. So we're hearing music. She got like the shit going, like the hood shit, but it's nothing but white people with this motherfucker, right? It's a girls group. Look like they're just like out or whatever, and we're chilling. So the first dish comes out, and it is raw fish with a mushroom topping, right? But it also has, it's pickled to have that certain flavor. So Jerv is looking, but he's also following along to see how to eat this.
Right.
So he sees me scoop it and I dice it. And now I'm like trying it. And I told him, I said, look, when you take a bite into it, you're going to have to follow with wine because these are paired for a specific thing. So I'm low key giving him a walkthrough tutorial pairing. Yeah. You know what I mean? A tutorial through it. Right. So then after that, Jerv's okay with it. I'm like, you want the last slide? He's like, I'm good. So I'm pretty sure he didn't fuck with it just because the idea that it's raw, like that it's raw and that, it didn't rock. So the next thing we got, which was a orange. It was a skin contact orange wine, which is my favorite.
And fuck! I hate that shit.
Natural wine. Because the thing is, it's very musty. It's a very musty taste, and it also comes from a stone fruit, right?
Musty.
And Yes, it's a very musty taste.
Dog,
Right?
it's
Mm.
musty.
It's literally that's the description of it, right?
Wow.
But they
The
brought out
worst.
this hazelnut apple salad. That's very soft. And I was telling Jerv, I'm like, this right here is buttery, right? And this is why it's going to like do this. So I said, drink some water first to cleanse your palate. And then Jerv does that. And he was like, he was okay with the salad, right? You were good with the salad, Jerv? You don't know.
Everything was actually pretty good. Like everything was butter cheese.
So I'm telling him, I'm like, look, bro, this shit is cool. He's actually fucking with the orange. I was shocked because that's an acquired taste. It's like somebody having beer for the first time. They're gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So Amin's out on that, right? So then the
Oh,
next
yeah.
one comes out and it's a Pinot Noir. And he immediately tells me, I don't do the red. But he's gonna try
Oh,
it.
for real?
He's not a red guy.
I wouldn't have you guessed as someone who's like has standards, Jerv. I thought you'd be like me, like
Hold up, my guy. I'm
let
not
me drink it.
I mean, I know. No disrespect to people in certain professions, but just because I'm reeling around the bag doesn't mean I'm out here just. You know what I'm saying, brother? I got standards.
I didn't think
dog.
you had standards.
I don't like heavy red wines. Like I've never gotten into that shit. Like
I fuck with everyone except for that orange natural shit because they gave me that shit.
That shit was good, bro.
And it's no, man. Maybe it's my fault because on some level I thought it's gonna sound stupid. I thought it would taste like orange soda.
Okay.
This nigga was on the Keenan and Kel.
So what you asked? You asked for some watermelon with it too, so you thought it was gonna taste like orange soda. Like,
I mean, it's normally like a
soda,
as the foreigners would say, apricot or pear, right? Because it's very it's very stony, right? So we get the Pinot Noir. Jerv's like, hey, I like this. I'm like, yeah, this is Pinot. You know what I mean? It's not too heavy. It's a little light. And we have a tortellini pasta with asparagus. Okay. No, I mean broccolini. And I asked Jerv, you ever had broccolini? So he gives me the fucking nigga look like, nigga, what the fuck is that? Right?
Like I had broccoli. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, so I'm like broccolini, right?
Nigga. Motherfucking broccoli. Shit, mafia joint the mob or something, man.
And it was a bit charred, and then also it had like a spicy vodka sauce for the tortellini, right? So Jerv's like, he's fucking with it. But it's pasta and it's still not enough for Jerv. Jerv needs some chicken. He needs some shit, right? So he needs some solid. So it was solid. It was cool. And then the last thing was the dessert, which was like,
that was the courses. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, we might have had to get some pizza after that, Jerv. I'm with you.
So
we would have.
No, and we were already plotting on this because again, we get to the point where we have this little blueberry pie, right, type thing, and we followed it with Riesling because it's a dessert wine, right?
Yeah.
So we end up paying, and I give Shanika a hug, and then we slide. And it was funny because I posted Jerv's arm in the post, right?
Right.
And Jerv reshared it. So apparently his friends are hitting him up like, yo, who is that chick? Like, you know what I mean?
Everybody thought I was out on a date. I'm like, no, my arm's in the lower right corner of the picture, bro. That's all that was.
So for our listeners, if you want to like a really player type date night, go to Niche or Tokyo Records or Record Room and things of that nature where they get 4 pairings and 4 courses. So it's your man.
Just DM Tray.
I'm seeing the picture right now.
Tell Trey you need
advice. It's y'all. Is it y'all, right? Yao's 40th birthday. So Jerv is already. I forgot Jerv even came out to New York just for this. So Jerv's committed from 8 p.m. to midnight, right? So we just wrapped that 4 course up at around 8:10. So I'm like, Jerv, do you want to just get on the train right now? Are you in a rush to get there? Whatever. He's like, nah, I'm chilling. But I could see him kind of like.
Where was the next event?
So the next one was
literally like 10 minutes from Trey.
Crown Heights.
Oh, so back in Brooklyn. Gotcha.
Back in Brooklyn. So what I did was we walked down Prince Street and I gave him a tour. We walked down Prince Street and he's looking and he's getting the vibe of what Soho is, right? And then we go down Mulberry and then we end up, I showed him he wanted to see the Supreme store, right? And I'm like, it's a graffiti and it's always normally a line here. And then we walked through LES and we finally got on the train. So when we got back to Brooklyn, we're going to, Yao's spot, his party, and it's a sneaker ball, but Jerv didn't tell me. Now, as he wasn't dressed for My event, I wasn't dressed for his event because
What were you wearing?
so what I wore to niche, I wore these like they're like kind of like you see Virgil, you know, most people tease Virgil for like those oversized pants.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a slack, but it's not a slack.
Yeah.
So I had those on with my Michigan State dunks, and then I had a crew neck, but then on top of it, I had like a winter coat because I'm cold. So this nigga says, "Damn, nigga, you cold?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am."
I have on as a hoodie. I'm like, damn, dog, that cold outside.
So Jervis in the tech, he in the tech fleece shit. He looking like a Brooklyn nigga for sure. He's like
man.
hoodie, tech fleece, navy blue, and his kicks, right? So we get back to
What
the
do you have
house.
on, Jerv? What kind of kicks?
I don't even know what they're called.
You wore your Kobe's. You wore your Kobe's.
I thought you were talking about earlier. I changed. I had the Waffle Jones on first, I think, and then the Kobe's later on.
Oh yeah, the Nike, the Waffle Racers, right? So then when we got to getting ready to change, Jerv switched up his little fit, you know, and we're looking. We got out of the Uber, and I'm like, "Damn, is this a spot?" He's like, "I think so." So we walk in, and the nigga, everybody knew Jerv, right? They're like, "Jerv," but this is the vibe I'm getting. I'm looking for the young people. And it's no diss to this. I'm old too. I gotta understand this. I keep forgetting that I'm about to be 37 fucking years old, right? I walk in this spot and I'm looking, and obviously I'm texting in the chat. I'm like, yo, this crowd is from between 37 and 45. Like really, like it's mamas with ass. They probably got a teenager.
Listen,
you know,
yep.
He ain't lying.
There was a lot of babysitters were found that night.
So to the left of you, you got the food that Jerv really wanted to eat that night, right? You got salmon, you got wings, you got all this.
Because
So they got macaroni. They got all the shit, bro. And then to the right, they had open bar. They had 2 special drinks, right? And then they also had Hennessy and all these things, right? So this is the drink. So basically, this is the spot. This is the spot that you basically should have been in from the jump, right? So we get there, and everybody niggas is wearing tux with the shoes and shit like that, and they're decked out. Me and Jerv, we're kind of more lighter to the situation, but I'm there. Yeah. I don't know anybody. So Jerv's like, yo, I only know 3 people in here. So I'm like, all right. I'm like, Jerv, let's do this. Let's find this little area, put our backs to the wall. So we won't be just in the middle of the fucking area, just looking stupid. Yeah, and then we can people watch. So we can people watch. And if anybody sees you, they can just come to you. And that's how you kind of like don't look socially awkward or all that shit.
That is a hidden gem right there for if you go somewhere with somebody you know and you don't know anybody else there but them. Don't ever be the person that's standing in the middle because you're gonna end up fake smiling at a lot of shit. You're gonna end up standing there sipping your drink like a million times, not really drinking it.
Yeah,
you're gonna sip that drink even when there's nothing left in it. Yeah,
Mari, there's nothing there. There's just ice cubes that are
the ice is slapping your top lip.
And then you don't want to go like you're looking around like, damn, okay, the table was over there. Now it's like what's going on. So yeah, put your back up against the wall, play the wall, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, so it was like DJ on this side, we're here, and then they had the photo booth across from us, but we could still see anything. And it's like, nigga, if you hungry, we can go right there. If you want to talk to whoever or signal whoever you know, you could just be looking cool without looking cool. And I don't know nobody, so I'm like relying on Jerv on every conversation type shit, like sitting there like, all right, bet. So Jerv, we get a drink. We have our first drink. We have our second drink. We're thinking about it, and I'm like, damn, okay, whatever. And then Jerv's like, shit, I'm about to give in and go get a plate. Because, you don't want to eat anybody's type of fucking food either. But it's catered. So he goes and he's like, yo, I'm glad I made this decision because the salmon fire, he had the wings. And the wings were good. I ain't gonna lie. Like everything. I ended up getting the plate. So he's bugging out. Again, Jerv is bugging out because he knows me for being vegan. So seeing me eat fried chicken and all this other shit, bro. He like bugging out. He like, yo, nigga, I can't believe you eat this shit. So it was cool though. Overall, it was straight. It was a lot of ass in there. Somebody asked to take a picture of my shoes, so I know I made a great choice of my sneakers. I ended up wearing De La Soul dunks.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was shocked because it was a nigga wearing the Cactus Jacks. You know the niggas love Travis Scott. They thought he bowed out though. He was like, "Let me take a pic." And Jerv like, "I've never had seen that where a nigga actually to take a picture. I would never."
Bro. Yo,
He would-
I don't give
he
a
was
fuck
like-
what you got on, bro.
he was like, I would never
asking
take a picture of a nigga
No,
for
you
it.
remember when I was out in
here.
LA with Trey, we was on fucking Fairfax and we was about to go into the what store was that? It was it's Tyler the Creator shit.
Oh, the Wolf golf.
Yeah, they only
golf.
let a couple people in at a
Golf
time
lane,
or
yeah.
whatever. And like the security at the front, I had on the with the KDs, the sevens. And he looked down at him. He was like, "Damn, dog, like, man, I would have paid a lot of money for some shits right there. Like, man, I ain't gonna." He just kept going on about the shits, and I'm like, "Damn, my nigga, like."
Hey, that means that means a lot though when you choose the right shoe and people acknowledge it. It's a special moment because you be feeling like, all right, these niggas know what's up. But then I chose the right shoe, and I didn't feel bad about it because I had other options, and that was just the funny thing about it. But long story short, I had a good time. Jerv showed me his side of Brooklyn, and I showed him a night out with me. So it was a cool
and then we got back to the crib.
Oh,
that's Trey and I were in mid conversation, and I was just
oh, so this is the funniest shit. So Jerv looks at me, right? The shit's supposed to end at 12. We ain't even been there 45 minutes. of me. We some real niggas. We done ate and damn near left.
Yeah.
Nigga Jerv looks at me like, "Hey, you ready to go?" I'm like, "Nigga, yes." So it was only 10 minutes from my crib. So like, yeah, I was out. So like, we get back to the house. I'm thinking we're going to stay up to midnight to watch BMF because I'm thinking BMF's going to be out, right? Yeah. All I hear is this nigga snoring, bro. Passed. And I look at my Jerv, blah, blah, blah. Nigga's out, bro. So he's not even laying, bro. He's not even laying comfortable, bro, on the couch. I'm like, look, Jerv,
you better get that sleep how you could get it. I don't give a fuck. An injury, nigga. You better get
one leg on the floor, one leg up.
You gonna wake up and lose feeling in two of your fingers, but you got that sleep though.
So I'm telling the nigga, like, as courteous as I am, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna go in my room, bro, lay fully across the couch. So he got up and did that, but it was just more so like, I don't want the nigga to wake up with back problems and shit. Like the nigga was just slumped, and I'm sure it was a long day for him, but it was. But then daylight savings fucked this nigga up. This nigga was up at 4:30 a.m.
Bro, my nigga.
He said, "Thank God you left the keys out."
Yo, I woke up. Everybody's hype off daylight savings time. All that meant is instead of me waking up at 5:30, 5:45 like I normally do, I woke up at 4:30 or 4:45. And I'm like, damn, please tell me this nigga Trey left the keys out because
you see the clock go,
just be sitting
here the clock go
for like 4 hours by myself.
Bro, the shit went from 1:59 to 1 o'clock, and you like,
I didn't see that. Hold on. I didn't see that, bro. I might have saw
make it to that.
I might have saw 11:15. I might have saw 11:15.
Oh shit! Man.
That's quite the adventure right there, man. But,
yeah, it was fun.
What was
sorry we ate up most of the episode, but yeah.
It's all good, man. It's fun. It's fun. Especially because we have no BMF. You know, you mentioned staying up for BMF.
You got a Detroit nigga here though, so make up for it, man. Be all right.
Yeah, man. The BMF episode was supposed to drop, but then it didn't drop. But then it did drop.
But then it fake did.
I mean, we might have seen it. We might have didn't.
Does anyone think this is real?
Yes.
You think they actually fucked up? I think it's just
I honestly think they fucked up though.
I think so. I think the original fuck up was a fuck up, right? Because the way he's responding to it, we are students of the art of 50 doing 50,
absolutely
like his thing, right?
Yep.
So the first reaction was whatever. But if this other episode has been leaked, that is 100% him.
That's
No, he would have 100%.
No, this other one's out now.
Yeah. Okay, well, he did that.
Yeah.
Whatever they're saying he did that shit.
And that's the most important part of this because I think the very first thing is what made him react. And the fact that he reacted to it like more than once lets me know that it was a real thing because usually 50 will say something. He might even delete some shit later, right? You know what I mean? Sometimes he'll leave it up, it's whatever. But the fact that he replied later and then another episode comes out, it's like, oh, okay, bet. Like this is fifth.
Well, the mix-up was he didn't want to pause. He didn't want to pause episode 7, right? But Stars came to him and said, let's roll out Ghost. Right. And with the situation of Power coming back, he's like, all right, cool. But whatever programming note, they didn't make changes and it uploaded to Stars app. And whoever it was fucked up. So people got to see it at midnight and it was pulled by 3 a.m.
Yeah, and the most important part of this is the episode that Fifth was super excited about from when he made the show because
I won't say anything, but yes, but I understand why. But
it's his shit, and he talked about it before, right? Like it's
a very 50 episode.
Yeah, we're not spoiling.
It is a very
anything by telling you.
Well, it's not a spoiler alert.
Yeah, you can say it because he talked about it, right? It's M.
Yeah, it's
he has
Eminem's in it.
But we're not going to go into details about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
We can offline about that if y'all would like for us to offline about that.
But I think that's the part right there with Fifth, because if you go back, like even throughout his career, all it takes is one thing that like pierces that armor, like that little small personal thing to him, and he's going off. And that was it, because it's like this is his episode. Basically, it's his show, obviously, but this is his episode. And it's like, nah, fuck that.
Eminem plays White Boy Rick.
White Boy Rick, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if you ever seen the documentary. That shit is a pretty fucking amazing story too, about White Boy Rick.
That movie that came out it came out during the pandemic, right?
It came out.
No, it came out before the pandemic.
It came out before that.
But I never saw it. I'm not talking about the movie. The movie was all right.
Oh, okay.
The documentary.
The
documentary.
Oh, I never saw it.
Yeah.
Is it called White Boy Rick?
Yeah, the movie's called White Boy Rick. Yeah. That was the movie. That's the one with
No, I'm talking about the documentary.
Oh, I ain't never seen that.
White Boy Rick documentary. It's called White Boy
documentary.
No, it's just called White Boy.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like I need
to. But it is wild ass story. Mari, while we have you here, as you watch this as a Detroit native, like, do you feel like they're capturing Detroit properly here? Like, whether it's the story or just Detroit overall?
I think so. The one thing to keep in mind is that this is Southwest Detroit that we're talking about, right? It's not, where, like, so when they talk about 12th Street, I'm from 12th Street, but not where they're from, right? It's a different,
right.
It's a different part. But I do think that if you're talking about just on the outside looking in, if you don't know anybody from Detroit, never been, I think they're doing a great job of even like the snack choices. Like, you coming out with the better made chips, and it's the hot, it's the hot flavor. It's not the barbecue or the plain, like it's the hot, that's a staple. The Fago, with the pops and all that, and just kind of how they're talking and how they're interacting with each other. Even like the people, right? Like even like Russell Hornsby, like he looked like a Detroit nigga, bro. Like an old Detroit nigga, dog. Like that's how the niggas be looking, man. Same fro.
He's the nuttiest dad ever.
I hate that nigga,
like,
bro.
He's wild, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that they're capturing it right, and that's the first thing that made me gravitate toward the show, because when I watched it, I was like, all right, let me see, because I hope they don't try to do the to Detroit and go over the top, but they're doing a pretty good job, even with like the Cody,
You know what's crazy? Russell Hornsby is 5 years older than me, but he looks like he could be my dad.
Yeah,
like that's fucking
a
wild. All right, moving on. Let's because we're up against it now. Let's get to Oz real quick, man. Let's see here. We've got Cyril O'Reilly out here boxing, and basically his brother has been cheating the whole fucking time, spiking this dude's every opponent's water. No one's picking up on it. You've got Schillinger's son comes to Oz, and he stays with Beecher, and then Beecher cleans him up, and then Beecher goes and tells Schillinger, yo, he wants me to put my dick up his ass. Yeah, that shit was so fucking foul, man. I was like, I haven't fucked him yet. I was like, oh shit, man. And he said, me and O'Reilly and Keller gonna run a 3-way on him. Yo, he killed him, man. He was just fucking going on and on. What else you got? Oh, out of BC does his plan to perfection. Oh, first of all, no. Bricks has his baby moms killed. The scene
and then
where
puts on the acting
good acting by
them. That was some good acting by him. The fake cry though.
When the niggas started laughing though, immediately as soon as McManus walked away, I was like, "Oh man, y'all ain't shit, man." Oh man, the concept of beating a nigga with a Bible is next level. Let's see what else.
Who got beat with a Bible?
Or was that last week? Did I mess that up?
Yeah, that wasn't in that episode.
I think that was last week.
Okay,
yeah.
But
they did have what's called carrying the Quran though.
Oh, Beecher.
Oh, Beecher, yeah, and then Saeed gets fucking voted out of the Muslims, man.
Yo, that shit was
Over
so
that shit.
fucking funny. Me and Jerv was watching that shit. The nigga said, the
When he's
nigga got
crying?
up and was like, when they did the steps, my nigga,
Huh.
I was crying, bro. When niggas escorted out, yo, he was in pain after that.
So
But Russian bro that was stabbing niggas with the glasses,
with his glasses, yeah.
he is sick nigga.
He's sick for real. He talked about it. The first dude he killed, it was because the guy kicked him in front of his wife, so he strangled him and said it felt bad. But then after that, the shit just got easier and easier. I was like, damn, homie. And then my man Stanislavski, I'm like, what are you thinking, man? Like, okay, you yell for the guards. First of all, don't yell in Russian. The niggas can't understand that shit. Second of all, how about you don't turn your back to this dude? Also, he doesn't look that tough. Maybe try fighting him a little bit, man. Instead of turning your back to him. Let's see. Claire Howell has won the lawsuit against McManus. And Diane tells her it's messed up what you did to McManus. Said, what did I did to McManus? I sucked his cock. And she was so fucking proud of that shit, man. It's so that she is so gross, but at the same time, I fucking laugh my ass off every time she's on the screen.
Adebisi is tying up bricks.
Dog, butt ass naked, face down.
Yo, bruh, listen.
Well, and then
first
because he put okay, so let me ask you this. Which would you rather have happen to you? Because fucking Poet and Pierce got hot ass soup poured on them. They were burnt up. They're in the ER, whatever, the ICU. Meanwhile, Bricks. Now I don't know that Adebisi's fucking them, but the fear has to be in his head every night.
Wait, first of all,
face down, butt ass naked.
I'm getting
it's so crazy because he acted all thugged out with that baby, and then he comes in and voluntarily lays down and get his ass strapped to that bed with ass up. Oh my god!
That's about be a man.
Bruh.
Be a man because the baby was crying.
You about to be a man in a little bit, my guy. Shit. He just was tied up, not saying shit. And then he has audacity to just be having a regular conversation with Adebisi as if it's like as if this man's not tying you ass up in the air to the bed. Like, where are the guards? No guard is walking by that sees the tie up happening. Like,
butt ass naked. That's the crazy thing is he's butt ass naked, face down. Like, what are you supposed to do in that case, man? Oh man. I'm with you, Jerv. I think I might take the hot soup because it's not even. It's just even the implication is scary enough. Like, how do you even sleep?
Can't sleep, can't move. You just. No, I'm good, bro. I'll take the soup.
I'll take the soup.
I'll take the soup.
Yo, the other thing is, it's setting up. As we see all the boxing, whatever, Hamid Khan, who is the guy who takes over for them. Yeah. Who, by the way, in real life, that's Ernie Hudson Ernie Hudson Jr. That's Ernie Hudson's son, the actor. Yeah.
Ernie Hudson is the guy that's in
Warden Glenn,
who ends up apparently killing.
He's the one that killed my man Clayton Hughes' daddy. Man, how about that? That was a.
I'm sorry,
twist.
But my man, what's his name? Is he Clayton Hughes Jr. or something?
No, his name is Clayton Hughes. Yeah.
Okay.
The father's name was Sam Hughes.
Clayton should have never been hired.
No!
I'm a warden and I know all this. Not hiring my man. He's just not coming back in here
at all.
Nigga wildin', man. And he's like, oh, because I didn't want him because he threatened to go to another prison. I'm like, well, take your ass then.
Yeah,
take his ass in. That ain't where his daddy died. His daddy died here.
He was locked in and he was over there threatening niggas like, you know things. And then when he finally told him,
he's like a bully too, or only picking on the ones that he knows he can get with. All the real. Yeah, they just look at him like, yo, fuck out of here, dog.
Yeah, you saw fucking Robson walk by and he did the fucking pussy eating like with his tongue to him.
Oh, yeah, he's wild.
And the niggas all laugh. Yo, but he's a wild nigga, but like it shows how nobody respects that dude. Like he gets zero respect by anybody. And the worst part was when he walked by, he saw the sort team practicing or whatever. Then he come to the break room and he's like, he started asking about sort team, and they're like, my man was like, yeah, you know, like it just takes like a different kind of person, like you know, he's talking in general. Like I'm not hard like that.
Right.
And your man Clayton, he was like, "Oh, so you don't think I can do it?" I'm like, "Yo, how much of a pussy is this dude, man?" You thought they were talking about him? They're just talking in general.
Yo,
That's what
can we? I forget his name in real life, but the 3 roles that he has played that I remember being this Oz, and I mean this, The Wire,
The Wire.
and Walking Dead.
Yep. It's kind of a bitch
None.
in every doing.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with it.
Kind
He
of
kind
a
of plays
bitch
the
in
bitch
every
role.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a snake in the wire. He was a rat. You know what I mean? He plays the bitch role. So he does a good job.
Do you remember what happens to him in Oz?
No,
Just
I
yes
don't,
or no?
actually. No.
Trey, do you remember what happens to him?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, okay, y'all got you.
I could probably take a guess. Can I take a guess, and if I'm right, will you tell me?
Yeah.
I feel like he gets taken advantage of by the. I don't want to use the word because I know that word can be triggering for some people, but he gets taken advantage of in an aggressive way.
You think like he gets raped? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I was trying not to say the word. Yes.
I mean, it's a show about prison. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah, I mean, hey,
I got
it's
you.
It's no
none of this shit
secret.
is friendly.
It's no secret.
No, that's so okay. So I won't tell you guys. I'll let you guys discover it as it goes on. But it is quite the turn. Oh, there's one more thing. There was a little bit of an Easter egg in there that they throw out. That's gonna be a really big theme in Oz, I believe, season 4, where out of BC and Bricks, while Bricks is butt naked, tied to the bed, face down, they're planning on how to get McManus fired. And Bricks says, "Well, all that's gonna happen, we're gonna replace him with another asshole." He says, "No, we'll replace him with one of ours." That shit, that right there, they're setting up for what I believe season 4 is gonna be about. So that was a very big moment there. I don't know if you guys caught it because Bricks' ass cheeks was out in the sky. Fucking out of BC when he talked to him, he fucking slapped him on his thigh, just like, yeah. Like, I know the nigga acting, but like,
sick. Oh, they burnt them niggas. We ain't mentioned that shit.
They burn her.
Yeah, we did. Poet and Pierce. That's why. Because I asked Jerv.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Would you have rather been Poet and Pierce get burnt by the soup, or would you rather be Bricks tied down, butt ass naked every night, face?
I'm gonna just go out with the burnt soup, bro.
Got to, bro. Got to. I'm not face down, tied up. I'm not.
Yeah, man. That's just the way I don't want to go. Like on some level, like I said, even if nothing happens, just the implication that something could happen.
You're
That's
just never
terrifying enough, man.
You're just never comfortable. Yo, how can you walk back to your cell every night and just be like, "Fuck, I'm about to get tied up"? Like, you walking around all tough.
Not just get tied. No, not get tied up. You gotta like take off your pants, take off your drawers, take off your shirt, and then lay there like this with your arms up, waiting for this man to tie you up.
Yeah, because the last time it looked like he just willingly was tied up. Like he's having like general conversation with them.
Yeah.
Like there's no aggression going on. He's just like, this is what we do. I just get tied up at night. I strip down naked and I get tied to the bed. And whatever happens, happens.
That's a scary nigga, man. That's a scary ass nigga. Oh my God. All right. Well, next week we're gonna do the last 2 episodes of season 3. So definitely stay tuned into that. BMF will be back. Power will be back, right? Power book 7, whatever I don't know.
No, BMF will be back. We got 2 weeks left to BMF.
But along with my nigga Tariq.
Yeah, Power's back next week, right? Isn't that why they wanted to skip this week?
No, I thought they skipped this week so that it times up when BMF ends. Power
got you.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck. You guys confuse me so much. Well, we got shows. We'll talk about them. So definitely stay tuned to all the shows that we watch. Make sure you're up to date on that. Make sure you're a Patreon. Patreon.com/countthedings. Catch the overflow episodes. Again, we're going to be reviewing Insecure and Curb Your Enthusiasm. That'll be out on Tuesday for our Patreons only. And if you're not a Patreon, what are you waiting for? And also, obviously, the special edition Cinephobe episodes for Blk Tray, for Big Jerv, for Mari, My name's Amino Hassan. Stay black, motherfuckers.